How about it, Candy? Am I live over there on JBS Blue Dot Family? Yes, I am, I think. Somebody give me a thumbs up, see who sees me out there. Man, I really hope my internet goes good today. I checked it right before I came down here. Looks like we got a good signal, but I don't see a single person tuning in yet. But, oh, there's somebody. There's Candy. Thank you. And Cat Bell, thank you very much. Y'all let me know I'm live here. Let me know somebody's listening to me. Anyway, it's hump day, people. Today I decided to do my rant here on John Bridevaux Speaks, Blue Dot Family, because they have shown so much support and do so much hard work over there trying to keep everybody stimulated, keep them motivated, keep them things to do, keeping us motivated towards the right direction. And they've done so much work over there, and I really appreciate it. So today, we're doing it live from JBS Blue Dot Family. And if you're not a member of this family yet, baby, you need to join up. I'm telling you, we're a growing family, and we're a loving, all-encompassing, all-inviting family. So, before I get started, I want to give a big shout-out to, look at this, look at this, look at this. That's a flag, baby. This thing is a waving. It is a smaller replica of the Greenpeace Resist flag. Remember they flew that right up there by the White House, when Donnie stepped in. There was that great big-ass Resist sign out there. Well, Dee and Paul Rudin from Santa Cruz, California, sent me that flag. There was that great big-ass Resist sign out there. Whoops. Oh, whoops. Getting a little sound fine back over there. And my technical advisor over there giving some sound. They also sent me a bunch of cool little bumper stickers. Not my president. Santa Cruz, California, baby. Not a Republican. Change gun laws or change Congress. I like that one. I have been to Santa Cruz. I was stationed at Moffett Field, California in the early 70s for a little while. And I remember riding my motorcycle over the mountains from San Jose over to Santa Cruz, over to the Half Moon Bay area over there and all that. It is beautiful out in that area. Just unbelievably majestic drive from what I remember. And it is so pretty over there. But man, I really, we're going to have to do some set design because we're going to have to move some stuff around because I have to kind of reclaim my shop because I'm not dead yet. And occasionally I got to work on shit, and it's hard as hell to get in here to get my tools and stuff like that. And so we're going to build us a little set. I might do it right over there. This is my main section of my shop, as y'all remember. And everything's gotten covered up. And that's everything I work with. So I got to come up with plan B or C or D or wherever one I'm at now. But anyway, so what's going on today? Well, there's lots of shit going on. Donnie's hiding. I think Donnie's just trying to lay low right now, baby. I think he's already learned his lesson a little bit. And there's some stormy weather coming around the White House. So I think he's just trying to duck and cover, baby. He's not said a word about the Stormy thing because, like I said, he's already learned his lesson. Now, he can sit up there and Sarah Sanders can come out there and polish that turd up and say he denies that story. But he's not calling her a liar. Remember old Donnie would always like to come out and say, hey, he's a liar. She's a liar. I never did that. Yeah, he's not saying that anymore because he's going to get his ass sued. I did see where, ain't it something it took a porn star to shut his ass up on Twitter? Really? Everybody else has been screaming at him to get off Twitter, and it took Stormy Daniels to force him to shut up. I think that's rather funny. Stormy Daniels' lawyer is he's being a little bit aggressive. I think he's taking some of Donnie's lead there. He's put in a request to depose both Donnie and Donnie's lawyer, Mr. Cohen. And I don't think they want to do that. Well, because they've said things, Donnie's lawyer came out and said he paid that. But, this whole story, we have to remember it's all sideshow. It's fallacious. It shows his character to be that of a scumbag. But it's all about when that money was paid, 11 days before the election. That's intent, baby. That you're trying to rescue your man from having another shitstorm of stories come out. So that's where the meat and potatoes of that story is in the payoff. And so we're just waiting around to see what happens there. But Stormy Daniels' lawyer, he's getting a little pushy there with Donnie. He wants to depose both of them. Let's see. I don't know. They're letting that other lawsuit proceed with him calling that other woman a liar. I keep forgetting her name, and I should write it down. But anyway, that's the little side story that's going on there with Stormy Daniels. But there's other things going on in the White House up there that or in the realm of, let's say, Mueller's investigation that's going on. Now, we knew that Rick Gates pleaded guilty. Now, Rick Gates and I guess a guy named Alexander Vanderswan, ain't that a fancy name? Alexander Vanderswan. He is, I guess, an attorney. I think he works with, or is Rick Gates' attorney, or works with Rick Gates. Anyway, those two were together. And why is that important? Because it came out that they, Rick Gates and Alexander Vanderswan, pled guilty to having a meeting with person A 1 month before the election. Now, person A, it turns out, is a guy named Konstant Kilimnik. He's a former Russian spy. Former? Yeah. Anyway, that's what they're pleading guilty to. They met with the Russian spy 1 month before the election. Sound like collusion to you? Sounds like collusion to me. It sounds like another notch on that little ladder. So yeah, I think Mueller's coming along just fine, and I think it screams why. It was also learned today that Donnie's lawyers had breached the subject of presidential pardons for Mike Flynn and Paul Manafort. Now, I think what Donnie's trying to do is signal Manafort and Flynn to just, if you don't say too much, I can get you a pardon. Too much, too late for Flynn. I'm losing my train of thought because there's something else written down up there. That's the problem with going live, people. I'm telling you. He pled guilty. He's a Russian spy. Anyway, I lost my message. Oh, he's trying to send a message to Manafort and Flynn that he will pardon them if there's a conviction. Yeah, there's going to be convictions. I swear, I just can't wait for Mueller to come out. And I know it's getting close, people. I know it is, and that's just we're waiting. TikTok, baby. I swear, I'm losing my train of thought. I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to catch myself. Let's move on, and I'm going to come back to that because there's something up there that I wanted to say, and I can't remember what it was. GOP is attacking the Parkland kids any way they can, these right-wing nut jobs. They are already attacking them individually and as a group. But one of them attacked them kids, and he got his ass jumped on too. And he's one of my favorite guys to pick on because Steve King up in Iowa has got to get his ass out of his district. I can't remember what district it is now. I've said it before. Steve King up in Iowa, he's a sleazeball, racist asshole who needs to be swept out of office very quickly. He texted out, here's his tweet. If you are a teenager and believe you won't be responsible enough to own a gun until you're 21, why should you vote before you're 21?
What?
That's what Steve King says. Well, why would we let you vote at 21 if you're not responsible enough to own a gun at 21? Because he equates voting with owning a gun. He equates pulling a lever on a voting booth to pulling the trigger on an AR-15. He's trying to equate the two. Well, if you're not responsible enough for one, you're not responsible enough for the other. How about this, Steve King? As I've said before, please kiss our group ass. Please get the hell out. I did notice there was somebody that responded to him, and I liked their tweet back to him. His name was, oh crap, I didn't write down his name. All right, this is not my tweet. This is what somebody wrote back to Steve King. If you are almost 70 years old and believe in magical vaginas that shut down the reproductive system when they detect rape, you shouldn't be allowed to have a gun, to vote, drink, or to be in Congress. And I like that tweet because, remember, Steve King is the one that came up with the idiotic idea that a woman cannot get pregnant if she's raped because the system, the reproductive system in a woman detects that it's a rape and shuts down and cannot get pregnant. That is the thought process of Steve King. That is the vile, disgusting crap, the ignorant shit that comes out of Steve King's, much less the racist crap. He thinks only the white civilization, only white people could rebuild civilization if anything happened. Because if they're black or they're brown or any other color, then they don't have the intelligence to rebuild society. That's Steve King. He's a disgusting turd, just much like Donnie and the rest of the GOP nowadays. They're a stain on our country. They believe ignorant shit and then try to pass that ignorant shit into laws. He's trying to protect rapists. That's sad. Only white rapists, I'm sure, though. But I thought that was a pretty clever little thing there to poke at him. He's just an ignorant asshole, and we need to vote him and a bunch of other people out. I want to point out that there's going to be a festival in Columbus, Indiana. Now, Columbus, Indiana, where is that, John? Well, that's Mike Pence's hometown. That's where Mike Pence grew up. It's a great town. And there's going to be a festival there, an LGBT festival. That's right. The LGBT community is going to have their Pride Festival on April 14th in Columbus, Indiana, just so they can say hello to Mike Pence. And I think that's a great idea because Mike Pence is a dangerous asshole. We do not want to end up with him in there. He's the guy that thinks Jesus talks to him and tells him everything to say. And if you're not on Jesus's team, well, you don't give a shit. He don't give a shit about you. So Mike Pence is about, I don't know, would he be worse than Donnie in ways? Yes, he would be in social activities, the social laws, social justice that we'd have. Are you shitting me? Mike Pence would stomp all over it. He's already told us he's going to do away with Roe v. Wade and force women to go back into back alleys if anything happens, if they have to. That's a real nice guy there, Anyway, what else is going on? Well, Scott Walker, governor up in Wisconsin, he is trying his best to not hold a special election. He doesn't want to hold an election up there. Well, why not? There's 2 seats available right now. There's 2 empty seats up there. One in the House, one in the Senate. Why doesn't he want to fill them? Well, because Scott Walker is chicken shit. He's scared little asshole. The reason he doesn't want to have a special election is because he's afraid that the Democrats are going to take those 2 seats because Democrats already took 1 seat up there last December, I think it was, and last year, and flipped a Republican seat to Democrat. And now there's 2 other ones and he doesn't want to do it. 2 judges now have already told him he has to have a special election. That's the law. It's what the law says. Now, he's desperately trying hard to change the law so he doesn't have to have that special election. And he's got, a deadline on, he's got a deadline this Thursday at 12 p.m. So if he doesn't change the law by Thursday at 12 o'clock, well, he's got to have a special election. And chances are, you bet your ass, those 2 seats are going to go Democrat. And I'm very happy to see that. Kathy Larkin, I see you over there, baby. Article 2, Section 4 of the Constitution should be used to take out all of them. Well, I'd look that up because I have the Constitution right here next to me because Kathy sent it to me, and she knows that. Anyway, what else is going on? Linda Taylor Gallup. I seen you, darling. I appreciate it so much. Linda wrote a little comment down in there, said that she knew I wasn't going to shave my beard until we get him out of office. And that's exactly what's going to happen when we get him out. This has all been growing since then. But Linda said that she, in solidarity, is not going to cut her hair either until we get him out. And then she added a note in there that that excluded her legs and armpits. And we're glad of that. We're happy for you, Linda. And so Linda's going to be growing her hair out until we get him out. So I appreciate that. Jay Clayton, hey, buddy, how you doing? And Fran Musnick, how you doing, baby? I'm glad everybody's showing up. This is a family discussion. Anybody got a question over there for me? Mr. Whatever needs to be to boot with their ass. That we need to put a boot in all their ass. Let's see, Claudia Garcia. John, would you be a great? I would be a great. Of course, I'd be a great father-in-law. Hell, I'd be a great in-law for anybody. I think. Of course, I'm a little biased on my opinion. I think I'd be a good friend to anybody. I try to be a friend to anybody I meet. I am not, it's a problem sometimes because if you look at me, and this is my normal face right here, people say, "What's the matter, John? Are you pissed off?" No, I'm not pissed unless I'm smiling big. Well, my normal face just looks like I'm naturally pissed off. So a lot of people ask me.
You passed that down to me. So.
Yeah, I passed it down to my son. It's a look. All you got. Just don't mess with me. I'm pissed off about something. Don't mess with that guy. It's a look. I guess I perfected of my younger life. But anyway, ugly face too. I swear I'm getting wrinkled up and old, baby. But that's all right. I'm still here and I'm still pushing this shit. I got in a discussion with Mama last night about when we were young, about how it was when we were young. And, I pushed that because all these young people standing up right now, it's almost like watching a rerun, except for the clothes and the music a little bit different. It's that same motivation that there's something wrong. And we were listening to, I think, hey, people, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. That song from back in the 60s. And it almost like it is so relevant now. Young people carrying signs and stating what they mostly saying, hooray for our side. That's right, baby. And most of them were. That Parkland kids, what they motivated this last weekend to have that many people out in the street. And we just keep looking at these pictures. And Mama keeps looking at them and going, wow, look at all of those people. Look how thick those people are stacked in there. And we know it's a whole lot more than showed up at his inauguration. So let me see. How is Mama, John? Virginia Wood? Thank you. Witty. She's doing fine. She's right upstairs. I think she's watching this. She told me she usually watches. Hey, Tom Walls. I get it too. I'm pissed off. You bet everybody's pissed off every time you look at something what he's doing. I hope Huckleberry's doing fine. I'm sure he is.
A lot of people are commenting here, and they make a good point. I don't know why I never thought of it. There's a term for faces like ours. It's called resting bitch face.
Resting bitch face?
Resting bitch face. It's just when you're at ease, and you're just like in the consistent state of wanting to bitch about something.
I'm in a constant state of wanting to bitch about something because there's something that's always around that needs to be bitched about. That's how come he needed slapping law. When people say something, you can walk over and slap the shit out of them. And what do you do that for? I got a law that says that you said something stupid and somebody should slap the crap out of you for that. So I usually walk around with a lot of them thoughts in my head because I hear a lot of people around me making comments about shit and you just want to go slap the shit out of them and tell them to read a book or something, get your head out of Fox News, pull their out of bullshit mountain, and maybe you might learn something. But
also, Candy over at JBS is asking, how many kids you got? Are they all sons?
I have 2 sons.
I was like, do you want me to?
I have 2 sons. One of them over here giggling, the other one's upstairs with Mama. Both of them in their mid-20s or young 20s. Travis is.
I'm mid-20s.
Travis is 26. Just lost him on my insurance. That was a nice awakening right there. All of a sudden, he needed a doctor's appointment. We had to take him to the doctor. How much did you say? Are you shitting me? Yeah, that kind of thing. Even if you have good insurance, we had an ambulance here a few months ago in the middle of the night for me, and that ambulance call, mind you, it's 4 miles from that firehouse to my house with not near a stop sign in between. Just go right to my house without stopping. $1,200. There was nothing wrong with me. Thank goodness. It scared my wife and kids, and everybody got worried about me. But they checked my heart and everything else. I felt fine. Do you want to go to the hospital? No, I don't. They left. $1,200, baby. So healthcare is a big issue. I know Candy is heavily into that issue over there at JBS, and all of us should be. The day you go to the hospital and they send you a bill, you'll damn near crap, man. I'm telling you, they're ridiculous on what we try. That's how come we need universal health care, and you can't get that through some of these people's mind. And I have people that are close that just don't get it, that have serious medical issues and still fight against universal health care. Oh, it'll be all tied up with the government. The government can't. Are you shitting me? They seem to be doing a hell of a job with Medicare. I like it. I got a buddy of mine he's got about 3 more months to go before Alan gets his Medicare, and he can't wait. He's got a bummed up leg and he ain't got insurance. He just can't wait to turn 65, and we're pushing for him to hold on until he does. Eva Adams, are you shitting me? Darling, I'm so glad you tuned in. Have you tried counting up how many investigations and suits that are against the liar in chief? Which one do you think is most likely to bring him down? And she says, hi, Travis. Eva Adams is the one that sang Lauren Meyer's song at the Brandenburg Gate over in Berlin, Germany. It was so beautiful. I hope some of y'all saw that I put it up on my site and on my page. And we're so proud of the support that we get from Germany. We have a lot of friends in Germany. We have a lot in the UK, in Canada. Norman, thank you. Reminding me. Thank you very much, Eva, for reminding me of our universal blue dots all across the world. Norman Pincombe up in Canada, been in the hospital, buddy. Every time I try to comment on your page, I get denied. I just got out of Facebook jail. I was not allowed to comment on anybody's postings or share to anybody except the groups that I was admin on. But Juliet Finney over in Scotland. These are Tony and Jackie Curtis over in England. I ain't got my necklace on. Sue Poole over in England. So we have a lot of support international. And we just appreciate that so much. And I forgot where I was just pulling stuff out of my. I'm telling you, people, when you go live, that's the only thing I really have to get used to. It is, what if you stumble and got nothing to say? Well, sit here and look like a dummy, I guess, unless you read a comment or two.
You make a compilation video of all the flubs and make a lot of YouTube views.
Yeah, I when I do it on the camera, I keep all those, when I say take 3, when you see it, well, there's 1 and 2. I keep those little things so we can put them over there on Patreon so everybody can get a good laugh. I'm halfway through a rant and really screwed up good and then have to start all over again. And anyway, let me see, $800 ambulance ride across a freaking parking lot. I'm telling you, Candy, it sucks. When you get a bill, I'm telling you, man, I should have gone into the healthcare business because they're rolling in the dough, evidently. Rolling in the dough. That reminds me, I didn't write that down. Shit. No, Donnie wants to use the military to build a wall. How do y'all think about that shit? That's he just gave them a $700+ billion budget for the damn military, which is basically a jobs program that is for the defense contractors. It keeps jobs. Senators and congressmen love that shit because it gets jobs in their community for those specialized industries, and they're not about to give them up. It is a jobs program. We wish it was all going towards the military. Donnie wants to use the military money, $26 billion, to go build his wall. Are you shitting me? There's that much loose change? He called it a rich military. Now that we have our rich military, I thought I wrote that down somewhere. I gotta check my shit. Border wall, military pay for it. Unconstitutional. You think a little bit. Only Congress can approve appropriations like that, Donnie. He just wants so bad to be a dictator. He doesn't give a shit about the laws. He doesn't even know the law. Are you shitting me? We went from a constitutional lawyer to a lying piece of crap in our house. And that is such a big swing, both intellectually and morally. Any way you want to look at it, from going to Obama to Trump is like night and day, baby. It's like Sodom and Gomorrah after the Garden of Eden, if you want to go that way. That's what Donnie is. Donnie's just the Sodom and Gomorrah of politics. He's an asshole. He just deviles everything. He's just disgusting. And we just came from a presidency that had not one scandal in it. A very proud family in our White House who gave it integrity and honor. And then we slide into porn stars and Playboy bunnies and Russians. Ain't that a hell of a slide? We have come a long way. And yet I saw the, here's what Donnie tweeted out. Donnie tweeted, because of the $700 and $716 billion gotten to rebuild our military, many jobs are created, and our military is again rich. Building a great border wall with drugs and poison and enemy combatants pouring in our country is all about national defense. Build a wall through M. Yeah, that's what he thinks about our military. We're to use their resource, their money, to build a shrine to Donnie the Dump. 8645, baby. Get his ass out of there. Just impeachment, whatever they have to do. But now he's trying to circumvent the law to build that monument to him. And that it just won't fly. You talk about shit, our Congress and senators better stand up and stop that shit. That's what I mean, though. He just wants to be a dictator and run this country the way he sees fit. The DOJ, the military, anything. Can you imagine that? Him running everything just for his personal benefit? Well, that's what he's trying to do. And we cannot let him. Okay, I knew there was another page of crap that I was supposed to talk about. There's a phone number to Stephanie Mueller show. I tried to call into them. Missed out. I got in there too late, and they were just shutting down the show. I like Stephanie Mueller, and I was trying to get on there. Oh, Sarah, border wall, Donnie. Sarah was, Jimmy Carter made a comment about most Americans want a president with good moral values. They used to. And a lot of us still do. Those on the left over here still do. And when somebody on our side does something wrong, well, they stand up and they resign. Somebody on the right, Blake Farenthold, somebody like that, hell no, they're scumbag assholes, and they're going to hang on to their little position until they are thrown out. They have no moral compass. They can't speak on moral issues because they're assholes. Can you imagine Donnie speaking on moral issues? No. Look what happened when he tried to talk to the Boy Scouts of America. Yeah, that didn't go too well. That's when old Tillerson called him a fucking moron. Excuse my language, but that is what he said. Anyway, Trump voters don't care. That's right. Now, I wrote that down because a little while ago they had some preacher up there, some guy that had written a book. Oh my God, everybody's getting a book out, and about God and Trump. And then they had some talking head preacher up there, some evangelicals saying that we cannot judge Donnie by what happened 12 years ago. That's not fair. Donnie has become a different man, and Jesus has touched his heart, and all this other bullshit that he's trying to sell. And we know it's not true because 11 days before the damn election is when Donnie decided to pay Stormy Daniels that $130,000. So maybe that little sin was on his mind, preacher, right there a few days before the election. And that other woman too, McDougal. And how many others? Yeah, Donnie ain't changed. He told you during the primary, during the when he was on the campaign trail, that he had never asked for forgiveness from God for nothing, because he's done nothing wrong all of his life. Forget them 3 wives and all that screwing around he did and all that other bullshit, the cheating of the people, making vendors have to sue his ass to get their money, trying to cheat old people out, trying to force them out of housing. Oh, look at there, the heat's off, the elevator doesn't work up anymore. You have to walk up 30 flights up there to get to Europe. That's the kind of bullshit scum crap that Donnie's pulled all his life. And he's trying to do the same thing in the White House. And that's how come we have to get him out. Anyway, D. Larson. Stephanie Miller is one of the, I love her. Like I say, Stephanie Miller is the only one I call mama besides my wife. That's everybody calls Stephanie Miller mama. Her and the Mook and just, she's, Stephanie Miller is the daughter of, not Goldwater, the guy that ran with Goldwater. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm messing that up. I should have had something written down. Stephanie Miller's life. Anyway, she was the daughter of the guy that ran with Goldwater. Goldwater, I believe, was the last true Republican before Reagan took over and the GOP changed forever. There's something going on I don't know about.
Oh, you don't hear that thunder?
Thunder! It's going to rain. I'm telling you, they told us we was going to have rain.
I was checking because if it starts raining, we're going to definitely lose signal.
Yeah, we'll lose a signal.
So
if it starts raining or your big cloud or a bird flies out by, we're liable to lose our signal, so we don't want to do that. Hell, I've only been on here for 31 minutes, that's all. Anyway, Gene Shankly. Yes, John, I agree. I'm glad you do. I don't know what you're agreeing with me with. Something I said a minute ago, I'm sure. Anyway, Scott McGovern, I'm glad you stopped by. This is pretty cool. I like doing this live stuff because it's for one, it's instant gratification. I can see when you put a heart up there or a like or something. I can see when you come on and your comments. Instant feedback. I'm telling you, buddy, that's good for the soul right there. And a couple of them just popped up. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Anyway, your cat's watching me too, Virginia? Well, I'm telling you, when I'm sitting down in the evening, I got 4 dogs. At least 3 of them are looking up there at the TV, looking at the same thing we're doing until they nuzzle off to sleep or something. But yeah, I believe they watch. They like to see. You put a cat in front of one of your iPad with one of them little fish swimming around there and see if he gets interested in that. He'll be real honored with it. Anyway, we've got how many cats?
God damn. You're going to ask me how many cats we got?
Really, because when we go to feed them, and we're going to be doing that here in just a little while ago. Now, we ran out, and see, man, we spoil our cats, baby. I'm telling you, we try to spoil all our animals. We normally give them a little bit of wet food mixed in with dry food, and that's how they get fed. Well, we run out of wet food, so you give them, you got dry food, that's what you get. That's what you're being offered. You eat what you got. And, boy, it's like they really get picky. And so today's my payday. We got to go to the store today, get all that shit done. So the cats have got wet food tonight. They'll be tickled to death. But we go out there and we count. We got about 13 outside cats that live around the barn. They stay in there with Jenny and Boomer. And then they know what time, twice a day, to come up to the porch. And then we got 4 dogs and Boomer and Jenny and Fred the parrot, and then y'all got.
Oh geez, we got.
They got reptiles.
We got reptiles. We got 2 snakes.
2 snakes.
Turtle.
1 turtle. And Mr. Frog.
Toad. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember the frog. When they go someplace, I have to go in there and make sure they're okay.
We got them. Don't forget our dogs and.
Your dogs.
Your dogs. You didn't.
I got 4 dogs.
Yeah, I got 4 dogs.
Yep.
Emma,
Molly, Jack and Willie. Jack and Willie are the twins. One's white, one's black. They're brothers.
And we had way more than that at one point.
And yeah, when we first moved out here, we had 12 dogs, and we all of them get old and they tear your heart out when they go. So pets around here are just like family, and it kills you when you lose one.
I'm tired of owning dogs for that reason, but
yeah.
I can't stop having dogs.
Nope, can't stop having dogs. I got to have dogs around me. I'm a big dog person. If I had my way, I got a few acres out here. If I could afford to put a big old fence around here and meet all the regulations, I'd go into the dog rescue business. tears me up to pass a dog on the road or any animal. It's all I can do to stop and get every one of them and bring them home. Anyway.
Is this breaking right here? Hang on.
Uh-oh.
Someone from JBS is saying Ann Coulter has turned on 45.
Yes, Ann Coulter has turned on 45.
What?
She's upset. That's right. That budget thing, man.
Wait, what did he do to piss off Ann Coulter?
Well, amongst other things, but the bill that he signed the other day, the budget, that's a 1.3 or 5 trillion dollar budget. Well, she's over there on that side of physically conservative Republicans. Are you shitting me? You look at the graph. Every time there has been a Republican in office, they preach one thing and do another. They preach on the campaign trail, every one of them, oh, we need to be physically conservative with the money, and we can't be doing this or doing that. You know, we don't have the money for this. We don't have the money for that. We have to stay within the budget. And then when they get elected and put in power, you look at all those graphs. They will spend money like a drunk sailor, baby, and I know how much money I used to spend. And that was all I had. So they're going to spend everything they got. They just, like I said, the big old donation to the jobs program on the defense side. And like I said, that's what that is. That big defense budget, that is a jobs program. Unfortunately, the people that are actually out there on the front line doing the job are not the ones getting that money. No, it's for jobs back in the States for these congressmen. And I just seen a glitch on my thing. There's a cloud coming, baby. I'm afraid we're going to lose this signal. Anyway, that's where that big budget for the military goes. It's to pay off the congressmen and senators for their districts to maintain, whether it be an Army depot or a defense contractor or something. There's something big in that state that they got to keep those jobs going, and that's what that big defense budget is for. We wish it was for the military personnel because that's who needs that money. They should get a 100% pay raise. They did that back in, I think, it was the very early 70s. They gave a big, major pay raise, double digit, like 80, 90%. I don't know. It just about doubled my pay when I was a sailor. That's what they need to do, again, to bring them in line with what we're asking them to do. I'm real big on this shit, people. What we pay those soldiers, sailors, and airmen is squat compared to what a defense contractor gets paid. Somebody's working a nice, cushy job, building an airplane in somebody's hangar is getting paid more than the guy that's out there maintaining it on the war zone or out there humping the bushes with a rifle. That's bullshit. They are putting their life on the line. They deserve to be paid a whole lot more than senators and congressmen who sit on their ass and waste the taxpayers' dime and time on issues that are superfluous bullshit, and to delay anything they can so they don't look bad. Anyway, what else we got?
Can we call out this comment from Denise Weinstein really quick? Ann Coulter, a walking dirty Q-tip. I love that comment so much.
Ann Coulter, a walking dirty Q-tip. That's what she is. I hate that woman. That woman is a vile, disgusting excuse for a human being. She is so anti-everything, immigrant, liberal, anything to do on the liberal side. She hates us, and it is returned tenfold back to her from this side. So Ann Coulter could always kiss my butt. Anyway, we're hitting about 40 minutes. That's about how long I guess we should be able to go. Kathy Larkin, yeah, I know it's discussing what GIs get paid. It is. Compared to what we ask them to do, it is pittance what we pay them. And even when they're lost, their widows have to, shit, baby, they have to fight for everything they can get. And he could think he can take $26 billion out of the military budget for his stupid little wall when he could take that $26 billion. Or how about the millions of dollars it's going to spend for that damn parade to honor Donnie? Because it's not to honor us. He wants a military parade for Donnie. And you could take that money and invest it in a whole lot of things for veterans. I am so not happy with the way we treat veterans in this country. Those that have stood up and put their lives on the line, they signed that check up to it, including their life for this country. And when they came home, and they still come home, they still have to battle for crap and suffer through PTSD and other demons that are up in your head, floating through everything you ever saw in your life. they're going to be there forever. They never go away. And we have veterans walking around every day with those in their heads. And we should do everything this country can do to honor them and to support them until their dying days. And that's what I think anyway. But I guess I'm going to wrap it up. And I so enjoy coming on JBS. We have a new Jimmy Day. He's a new admin over there. He's putting a lot of new content on there. Kathy Guidry, Monica Orr, Joe Riddle, Kat Bell. These people are trying their best to spread this message, to keep people informed, to reach out, grab the stories that are pertinent and important and sometimes funny, just for the hell of it, to keep everybody informed and entertained and everything, but to keep us driving in the same direction. It's still a long time to November. I just saw Eric Olguin at another thing. I'm going to go to an event he's got coming up to get some more activity over on that side. Stay involved, stay informed. That's the biggest thing you can do is to stay informed. Don't let bullshit creep into your life. There's enough of it out there in the world. When we go out there and face it, we don't need it creeping into our political system. And on that note, I guess I'm going to say like, share, and subscribe. John Bridevaux, Blue Dot in Texas on YouTube. John Bridevaux on Facebook. John Bridevaux Speaks, Blue Dot Family, the site we're on now, the page we're on now. I can't stress how important it is. If you're not a member, come on over and sign up, maybe, and follow this page and become a Blue Dot Family member. And our family is continually growing. Eva Adams has let us have a taste of that our voice is reaching far, far away. And if it's reaching that far, you know it's reaching Donnie's ears. So I hope he gets to hear us every day. On that note, John Bridevaux at Blue Dot in Texas on Twitter, anywhere else, Truck Window, all that kind of stuff. Just stay motivated, stay informed, stay in this fight. It's not over until we get his ass out. And y'all, I'm telling you, when I shave this thing off, it's like 40 years younger, like a young Tom Cruise. And yeah. Believe that. I got a lot to sell you. Anyway, y'all have a good one, and we'll see you on Friday. Friday, only got a couple more days to go. Come on, people. We'll be into another weekend, and you know what? So go ahead, arrange for that beard bud for the weekend, and we'll see you all then. Y'all take it easy, and we'll see you later. Bye.